Commence primary ignition.
Hey, this is Obi Tahi. I play Dr. Pershing, and you are watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Don't worry, Dr. Pershing. You get to keep your biscuits. We won't take them on you. Happy Monday, Rebels!
Woohoo! And playing the part of Mark Van Nolan tonight will be
Skip Ruckle! We have him in the house tonight. Thank you for joining me, Skip. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to it, Ashley.
It's going to be fun. Hi, Sarah. Happy Monday. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Yeah. Getting some people in here. Skipper visited. That's what it says.
Skip along. It seems like I've been skipping through all the shows.
Hi, Jen. Yeah, we got to skip everywhere. You're our official guest host this week. We'll wait for more of you to come in before we start the news. Hi, Sherry.
On a side note, I am broadcasting from Sherry's bedroom tonight.
Oh.
When she came and stayed at my house, this was the room that she stayed in.
Oh, that's fun. Sherry, taking over your room.
That's my room. That's my room.
That's so cool. It's all Skip all the time this week. Yes, Jeff, it is.
It feels like it.
Awkward. Oh, my God.
Shooting from the hip. Skip will be tonight.
Yes. Let a few more people come in. We'll get started.
So, Ashley, what did you do today?
I lost my damn mind over the Bad Batch announcement, like out of nowhere. Honestly, Mark and I, we've been speculating about season 3 of Bad Batch, like whether or not it'd be like months down the road, end of this year, maybe even next year. Nothing was announced for it. And then Lucasfilm just drops it, not only a poster, but a trailer. And it's amazing. It's got so much cool stuff in it. Yes, there we go. The final season. We have Hunter's helmet here, which makes me sad. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, total insanity, Sarah. An Asajj Ventress with the yellow lightsaber. What did you think about that, Skip?
You know, on a side note, my wife refers to her car as Ventress because it's gray on the outside and it's black and red on the inside.
Ooh, cool.
And it was funny because not only did she call it that, but she did a bunch of research on the character. And she's like, do you know this about the character and this about the character? And she did this, did that. And I was like, as a matter of fact, yes. And that's so cool. You have entered my fandom. Woo-hoo.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to it. I love Bad Batch. I'm a huge Bad Batch fan. I love their storyline. I think it's so cool. I'm excited about Ventress getting another opportunity to shine, per se. And, just all the other possibilities we've got. I mean, we've got, there are 3 or 4 different major story plots that they've got to deal with this season. And I'm just thrilled to death to watch it all. It's like, and usually they drop it like 2 months out, so you got 2 months of going, oh man. And then now 4 weeks and boom, it's here for us.
Yeah, that was completely unexpected. The fact that Omega has been kidnapped by the Empire and put in a cell and they have to rescue her. It's stressful. Yeah, the Dad Batch. Yeah, that's exactly it, Sarah.
And it's apparently been a period of time. So we're getting some kind of time from when she was taken before and when this, at least at some point in the season, when they refer to her, she's been waiting a long time for us. Obviously, we're going to, there's going to be some time difference in there. So it'd be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with however that is gonna happen. I don't know. Like I said, I thought we had more time to process this, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like, take a breath and get psyched up. And as you said, it usually they kind of let us know a few months in advance, but no, they're throwing this at us. Yes, tick.
And and Dave and I were talking about Tech today, and we're like, is he really going to be gone, or or is he coming back? And I was like, it cheapens the death if he comes back.
Yeah, that was a very hard death because I felt like he had a lot of character growth in season 2, especially his moments with Omega where he like explains how he processes things, and it was just a moment of clarity between the two, and I loved that moment. And now it's like,
In his developing relationship with help me out, the
oh,
character on the island,
the pirate. Um,
yes, and it'll come to
sorry.
is over. But yeah, that we've got the developing relationship, his time with Omega. It was all kind of like, so that made the death so much more painful, which is good storytelling. It's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's Fee Genoa.
yeah, there
So
we
we
go.
see her in the trailer as well. So uh, I'm not ready.
To the
I'm
rescue.
not, you guys. I don't want to say goodbye. And the fact that we have Rex in there hunting with them, and when Omega and Crosshair cross paths in the prison, what's going on?
Yeah, that's another storyline that's got to be wrapped up this season. Does he get to be, does he come back to the light? Another
So
redemption story, a redemption for you and a
we get a
redemption for
redemption.
you.
Crosshair gets a redemption, and everybody gets a redemption. Yeah, I'm honestly stressed out, and I just worried. We get 15 episodes. The first 3 drop on February 21st, and it goes till May the 1st. Everybody's like, why not May the 4th? But there's other Star Wars to get to, guys. Um,
Maybe
yeah,
they
it
got something
goes.
else bigger for us on May the 4th.
I know. I'm excited. So yeah, that looks amazing. I'm still kicking myself for missing Crosshair Hot Toys before he went up for waitlist, but I have the other 4. So, and Tech is on pre-order, so I'm excited to have that. I would just wish they did an Omega.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so looking forward to the story.
it's gonna be
and even the audio in that series is just it's just fun to listen to. They're layering it in or something. I don't know what it is, but I always just feel like you're almost there with them.
yeah, it's
They're so attuned
intense.
to the yes. So I'm
Matt
looking forward.
Wood making magic with the sound design as usual. I'm telling you, I'm honestly worried. I don't like where this is going. I don't like the fact that they have the Kaminoans back. More cloning. You have that eye symbol on Omega's uniform.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm really worried.
and Palpatine saying that this is the most important thing. I mean, it's like, oh yes, we're going to raise the bar here a little bit. This is a big deal. So something big is going to go on, which usually means something bad happens.
High stakes season for everybody involved. And honestly, what I didn't see in the trailer kind of worried me. Um, where's our girl? Our favorite bar owner there. Um,
Oh yeah, Sid.
Sid, yeah.
Sid, what did they do with Sid?
Nerve
And
wracking.
Sid was not a nice girl.
No,
No.
as we yeah, I do think Ian did the work for the voice. I don't think it did not sound like what's his face Sam. So I really do think it's Ian. It was a little dark, a little too dark and gruff to be Sam. So
Yeah, it's going to be nice to see it all tie together. I mean, obviously, it's a central piece to the whole um, Empire takes over type of scenario.
it's nerve wracking, and I don't think I think it's gonna be full out, no filler episodes. We've seen Fennec Shand in the trailer. We've seen Cad Bane in the trailer. Bounty hunter Asajj. yellow lightsaber. Like, what? New costume.
What do you like, or what do you think? What are you looking forward to? What story component is top on your list?
I want to see them rescue Crosshair. I really want to see Crosshair do something that's going to get Omega out of there and kind of redeem himself, because she sees him.
Maybe a
He doesn't
sacrifice
see
story.
her.
You know,
Yeah,
Crosshair sacrifices himself to get Omega out.
because she's always been able to strike a nerve with Crosshair and not have him be nasty to her. Like, she's always kind of, even when they were in jail together and it was obvious that he had betrayed them and everything, Omega always like was able to speak with him, like get to that core that no one else could get. So I really think he's going to do something and help her.
It would be a nice way to lose somebody that mattered, but make it worthwhile, not feel bad about it, and then put the family together at the end.
Yeah,
Well,
or whoever's left at the end, honestly, because I really don't think Tech's coming back, and it makes me so sad. But I think Sid was busy with Barbie. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm stressed out. Like, Mark said it best. Like, when I posted it this afternoon, Mark was like, "Girl," and the clapping hands in the comments. I was like, "We were talking about this. We didn't think this was going to happen now."
Drops right into our lap.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like there was no whispering about it. You know, there's usually a little whisper, little noise or something, and it was just nothing. Bam, here you go. It's like, what?
It's a Monday. Just in time for Rebels Revisited. Let's talk about it. Man. So, any pop culture fun happened for you this weekend, Skip? What did you do?
Oh, actually, I wove in between working and trying to entertain myself and sitting back and relaxing. And so, you know, one of the things that I'm really been enjoying lately, you know, little change in my lifestyle happening after the first of the year, but getting back in my barn and playing with my horses again.
Cool.
You know, I find it's kind of strange, but cleaning horse poop is a great way to clear your mind. And sitting there in my barn and cleaning up and sweeping and blowing stuff out just lets all the kind of stuff, you know, that the what is it, the vapor, you know, escape.
Yeah.
You know, the essence is all gone. So it was kind of a nice weekend just to kind of get a few things done, but also at the same point in time have some mindless work to do around the farm.
Exactly. It's very meditative. My aunt, when I was a kid, she owned a horse farm, so I used to go there and help her out. And it was something cool to learn, and it didn't feel like chores. Like, it felt like, you know, you were just taking care of your animal. And that's what I liked about it. It was just, yeah. Exactly, Lori. Great way to clean out your sinuses, too.
Yeah. You have to clean out your sinuses after, you know. It's always a plus. Yeah, it's you know, they're such big animals, but can be so gentle and tuned in to your emotion and your presence. You know, people don't understand that. You know, I always I used to teach riding lessons to beginners, and I used to say, look, this is an animal that can feel a fly land on its back and twitch its skin to get it off. I said, so when you're sitting in a saddle and you're clenching up because you're scared, you know, that horse can feel that fear. And so it's a you know, a great place to teach. And we used to take at-risk kids with attention deficit and, you know, learning disabilities, and start teaching them how to communicate with a horse. And if they could learn to communicate with the horse, they could kind of pick up on the intricacies of interpersonal relationships and communication, and become a little bit better at that.
That's huge. Yeah, and it's definitely like a way to get them out of their environment and into something new, like a new headspace, and something that isn't very, I guess, common in a lot of areas. So,
but no, Sherry, it's not as relaxing as sitting back and watching a Hallmark movie.
Honestly, my mom is obsessed with Hallmark movies, and I will fall asleep during one and wake up during another, and not know anything has changed. Like there's new people. Who's this guy? And my mom's like, oh, it's a different movie. I'm like, is it? Like it's the same plot.
He's playing, instead of the love interest, he's playing the another part. He's playing the best friend of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
He's the
tend to
best
rotate
friend
back.
of the love interest who owns this bar in this small town. Yeah. Hallmarkception. Totally.
That's funny. That's funny.
Sarah says she saw Return of the King in theaters this weekend. That is something I have not done since 2003, and it's my favorite of the Lord of the Rings movies, so that's exciting.
I went to a screening of the Simpsons movie at the El Capitan, since it's a Disney property now.
Wow.
It was introed by Matt Groening and Al Jean, one of the executive producers.
So
that was very cool. It was fun to see him up on stage and talking about the movie, and it was a lot more fun than I remember it being when I first saw it. I think I was more critical of it back then. So anyway,
you're more relaxed now.
Yeah, I think
it's still got a lot of weird stuff, but it was fun to see it on a big screen again. So it's not something you get to.
But there's no surprise that Jeff is like going to see something, meeting somebody. The man is on a mission to reach out and touch anybody that knows anything.
Playing the part of Mark, because that's what Mark goes on just about every episode.
Yeah. But you know what? It's the coolest thing, because I love getting to hear from the filmmakers and getting to hear their point of view before they start.
I just live vicariously through Jeff's adventures.
Yeah, we all do. Honestly,
sneaking in some back door to go to see something.
Spider-Man.
Well, I don't do that often, but anyways, back to the.
I'm sorry. Who has a picture with Dave Filoni?
2.
2. Oh, I'm sorry. Not 1, but 2.
None. Just saying.
No, the one was at the solo after party. You're right. So that was the one that I did sort of. I didn't, I wasn't sneaking, like creepy sneaking.
No.
But
he's a professional.
The door was open, so you walked inside.
Absolutely. That's the way to do it.
Exactly.
Business. What did I do this weekend? Oh, yeah, I worked, but I watched some old movies that I hadn't seen in a while, and that was pretty fun. Secret of My Success. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid.
Wow.
And yeah, I love Michael J. Fox, and my mom ended up renting it, and my uncle made a VHS copy of it. And I really thought that movie was cool. Like, it was just after Back to the Future, like after I had watched that. So I was like, oh, it's Marty McFly and Alex P. Keaton. Yeah, it was so cool. So that was an interesting thing to watch. Watched Always Be My Maybe with Keanu Reeves, and I didn't notice this before, even though I love that movie. They had Keanu slow-mo walk through the restaurant like he does in all his films, just the slow-mo walk through the club in almost every single film he's in. So I like that they paid homage to that, and that was a fun watch. It's a good movie.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We call them the guilty pleasures in my house.
Yeah.
There's certain movies that are guilty pleasures, not great movies, just enjoyable to me. The Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. Not a great movie, but I just love watching that thing.
My mom loves that movie too. She's like, it's so crazy because she thinks she's dying, and I'm like, that'd be horrible under any other circumstance, but you are watching it on repeat.
And I love it, and here she goes skiing and doing all these things and
living
making
life.
all these friends. It's almost like what's his name? That Tom Hanks movie where he runs through every bit of history. She's getting all these people that she meets. But it's my guilty pleasure. I love it.
Cool.
I've got a few of those that it's like, oh, that movie's on. I gotta watch it. And what's funny is Star Wars
Atlas,
or Empire will come on, and it's like I can watch it anytime I want to on Disney Plus. But if it comes on TV, there's something about the fact that
you have to watch it.
You have to watch it.
It's a necessity. Yes. Like, my cat is obsessed with Star Wars.
Yes, Sarah,
and I had no idea how much she was obsessed with Star Wars until I laid down to take a nap and they had a marathon on, and she just sat there like this on the end of my bed and just was intent. She wasn't sleeping, she was watching. And it was, I think we started with Empire Strikes Back, and she was just like riveted to the TV. I'm like, so I had to get pictures because I'm like, she's awake, she's watching this. It's so cool. But
I like
as
that.
you said, it's required viewing. If it's on, you watch. Like, I don't
And
care
it's so
what part you
funny
jump in on.
because we can. I mean, like right now we're about to watch Rebels, but I mean, if it's on TV, it's like it's a requirement. You got to do it.
Yes, Sherry gets it. Same thing with the Harry Potter movies. Like, you can tell good filmmaking, or at least like, you know, lots of like really extraordinary effects and costume and prop making and things like that. If it's on, you watch. Um, with oh gosh, what were you watching? Yeah, we were watching Across the Spider-Verse last night because my
Oh yeah.
boyfriend hadn't seen it before, and there was so much that I hadn't like taken in the few times I saw it in the theater. I think I saw it like 3 times in the theater. But it just made more sense watching it at home and like getting the dialogue and the conversation between Miles and his mother Rio, and both in one universe and in another universe. It was just like intense. So definitely best of both worlds with that movie.
I'm looking forward to doing a lot more movies this year. The last quarter of last year, for those of you who know, my mother was sick with cancer and passed January 1st. But I was
Sorry.
taking care of her so much that I missed out on I didn't see the Marvels in the movie theater, and it's like the first Marvel movie that I didn't watch in a movie theater, and it's like I'm dying for it to come out on Disney Plus so I can watch it 4 or 5 times at home. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't see Across the Spider-Verse yet. It's one of those ones that I have not had a chance to see, so I'm looking forward to that because
It's on
I
Netflix. Yeah.
I was really surprised how much I liked the first movie that came out. Oh shoot. Well, it'll come back to me later. But so I didn't think I could be a big fan of. I don't know why. I mean, I love Rebels, but for some reason, a full animated movie.
Oh yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Into Spider-Verse. I didn't think I'd like that, and I was amazed by how well crafted the story was and how much I enjoyed that movie.
Alex Hirsch from Gravity Falls and the Owl House fame, he was at the premiere and he said this is like what Snow White was to animation in the 30s. Like, this is a game changer. Like, for them to do an animated movie and just change the game and how everything looks and how different characters are done differently in every scene, and still have it be a cohesive movie, like right down to the film speed on how Miles moves versus how Peter B. Parker moves. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it's something that I think the thought process behind it is exciting, and I want to see more of it.
Well, it's nice that when somebody's working in animation, that they don't use animation as an excuse to be lazy in the creation of the product. That just be just as intense on an animated product as a live action product, and it will come through. People will be like, man, that was really good.
Yeah. And I think that's why I like Rebels so much, because right down to the texture, the skin of like all these characters, and like the areas that they're at, like there's so much richness and so much believability, like they almost breathe. And that's one of the things that I loved. Like, it drew me into Rebels completely. And now I was looking through my Facebook memories, and it's coming up on 6 years since season 4 mid-season premiere. So, like, that's insane. I can't believe that much time has gone by.
The stories are crafted so well. The characters are developed just perfectly. You feel the depth. Come on, like in any good show, you start off with these real basic characters because we know nothing about them, and then they develop over all these stories that we've collected, and the depth of the layers of the onions, as I always like to say,
Yeah.
start peeling off, and you've got more to them. It's you can bite into it and get more to it, and it's built on its foundation rather well.
That is cool. And then of course you have like animation going to live action, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. They're going to be dropping the trailer tomorrow for the Netflix series starring Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, our Captain Carson Teva, as we know him here in Star Wars, playing Uncle Iroh of the Fire Nation. So I'm really excited about that. I'm a huge Avatar fan, have been for many years, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Netflix can do with the property, but I hope it doesn't go the Cowboy Bebop route, like one and done kind of thing, because I enjoyed Cowboy Bebop. There were some things I thought were a little bit there, but overall I enjoyed it. And I don't want to see it put all this work into it and all these actors put their heart and soul into it and then just get pulled. So hoping for good things. Yeah, it's still about story, even limited animation like the OG Transformers. When you give us a good story, it still works. Absolutely.
Yeah, story rocks.
So, another thing is pulling from the live action and putting it in Ahsoka. Yeah, it's very tricky to accomplish this. Yeah, Netflix has a terrible track record with its adaptations of Not Holding Our Breath. I know, but Sandman is so good, Sarah. So that's where it gets me. That's they can do it if the original creators are just kind of holding their hands. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah, I was like trying to, for every
Get to watch them ongoing.
every success you have, you got 3 or 4 that they didn't quite hit the mark on. So
mhm.
it's kind of hard to hold up their successes. And then you kind of go Iron Fist, Defender.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, that just reminded me. My soul just went. Okay. I'm
You ready
Danny
for
Rand.
countdown?
I'm the Iron
I'm
Fist.
ready.
I'm sorry. I made it through like 2 episodes of barely 2 episodes. I want to say like an episode and a quarter of Iron Fist, and I'm like, I'll wait for the Defenders because at least I have something else to look at. Sorry.
You ready for us, Jeff?
I think it's time to start the countdown.
Right. So you make sure you get your Disney Plus queued up. We're watching season 2, episode 11 of Star Wars
Legacy.
Rebels. It's called Legacy, and this is a good one, but it's heavy.
Yes.
It's a very heavy episode.
All right, here we go.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right. Spinny blue wheel on my Disney Plus. Okay. Yeah, this episode. It took me a while to process this episode, and they don't have blankets in Star Wars.
It's really I was thinking about this, because I'm filling in some big shoes here, so I needed to be prepared. But I went back and looked at this, and I've seen this episode multiple times, obviously, but I went back in and it's like, okay, yeah, that's right. This is the first that the development of Ezra's Force visions, which ran throughout the whole series, really started here. His faith in the fact that this vision was so clear, and because it was about his family, that it allowed him to believe in it more than he had believed in it before. So, really develops that aspect that they used throughout the whole series.
And I think like his connection with the animals here, with the white loth cat, white Tuca. Ugh. It makes me so sad.
And every cruiser has to have their table to play games at.
Absolutely. It's a Corellian cruiser. That's how you
There
know.
you go. What I liked is that they, especially Hera, immediately starts, buying into it. It's like, okay, tell us what you saw. Let's work through this. Let's see if this was real or if it wasn't. The faith that they have in Ezra from the
Absolutely.
beginning was critical.
And I think she's been around enough Jedi canon to know that visions are important, and his abilities are growing, and he's kind of a little wild with it. Like they're not as controlled because he hasn't had the time to focus it all. It just makes me sad though.
And then we get the same image in Force Awakens, walking through all the planets.
It was right around the same time.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wasn't it like 15? Yeah, that was the movies come out,
Yeah, Force Awakens was 2014. So and they're so good with him, like space parents.
Yeah, you want him to develop his skills, so encourage him believing in his skills.
Ugh, Constantine. He's such a jerk. And we have the fifth brother, played by Philip Anthony Rodriguez, who's been a guest on our show. And the seventh sister. Where's Mike? Hot Callus is on screen.
And
David says, "Oh, go ahead."
Those big chops always crack me up. Those big chops that they put on Callus,
Yeah. Oh, Jeff says Force Awakens was 2015, Last Jedi was 2017, Rise of Skywalker 2019. Yes. David says, speaking of Love Cats, have you watched the new Disney Plus show and helped babysit Merle? No, I have not. I haven't had time, but I have the next couple days off because my job is closed for renovation. Thank God. But yeah. Yeah. David, I know. Hera wasn't suspicious of what Jason was sensing in Ahsoka. Yeah, that part didn't really make sense to me either.
But
I love all the bucket head stencils behind them on the wall. That's why I kind of hope the new Ghost comes with that. The Hasbro has that Ghost. I hope.
I wonder if those are chopper skills.
Alone, single-handedly.
Yes, they're not enough.
It's a lot of names to go through.
Boom, there it is. But that's not Mom and Dad. That's the fun of watching this for the fourth, fifth, or sixth time.
Yeah.
Is that you know what's going on, so you can take the time. I find myself doing this. I'm sure you do, obviously, because you notice those stormtrooper helmets. But is just looking for all the details, all the little things that they hid in the back of the show.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
All the artwork, and
yeah. I love the murals that.
And who is everywhere. On that poster that's on the counter there?
It looks like a Greedo like character. Love that helmet. Hey Hasbro, get on it.
So Mark, you need to do a show, and the whole show is looking what's behind the characters and seeing how many details that you can pull out.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Like honestly, that'd be amazing.
As an artist, you've got to love that, attention to detail.
Yeah, my favorite are looking for all Sabine's graffiti marks and even in the cities, like where she's been, the anti-bucket head graffiti and things like that. So the Phoenix painting on the beds and the cabins, that's cool.
Yeah. And see, there was something painted underneath the ship there.
Oh.
And the shine on the stormtrooper armor.
Uh-oh.
I love this scene.
Yeah.
I told you, Skip, if you talk about it, you're going to get volunteered and voluntold. Dave's playing Spencer tonight.
Dave's out there trying to see. Dave's on a one-man mission to pull me, drag me in. Just when you thought you were safe, they pulled you back in again. I always thought the way he gripped the lightsaber in this scene was rather interesting.
Yeah, like the overhand.
Well, he starts off with normally if you've got it in front of you or to the right, you've got your right hand on top, but he's got it on the left and he's got his right hand on the top, and it's got to create a little bit of torque. But that's just what comes to my head.
Oh no. Don't mess with Ezra. He's had enough of you.
He's like, okay, kid, that worked good against Callus, but it's not against two
Inquisitors.
Inquisitors. Yeah, that's just not going to go down.
Good call, Kanan. They would kill him.
Yeah.
This is a highly emotional episode for Ezra because he's just like, you're just stopping me from wanting to find out, from being able to find out what's happened to my parents.
And that would be my wife's dog barking at something that's on the TV.
Those Inquisitors.
Yes.
Trevor's like, Rex to the rescue. I'll come to you. Just get on the ship.
Never do you have to get to the ship. We'll just,
That's what I love about the Ghost. Obviously, it's big enough for them to live in, like a Winnebago, but it's like manageable enough where if they need to get the hell out of there, they can do so quickly.
Not a super big Winnebago, but
yeah, like a tiny little Airstream.
Tiny little Airstream
with cooler graffiti.
And its own little trail along vehicle.
Yeah. Kanan's like a professional at piloting the Phantom.
Star Destroyer. Uh-oh.
He's in the way.
Uh-oh.
Space Family Truckster. Lori says she wants Chopper as a Lego set, like the UCS set that cost your firstborn. I used to own the UCS Falcon, can confirm. But I was able to get the Ghost and the Phantom 2 for Christmas, so I cannot wait to set that up.
Space Family Truckster.
Oh my god, if they made a life-size Chopper, I'd be in so much trouble. So much trouble. I wouldn't leave my house until it was done.
You know, you go down to Disney World and you go to the Lego store and you're looking at those full-size, you know, troopers or something like that, whatever they happen to have out at the time. And I'm sitting there going, God, how many pieces is in that?
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Everything's crazy.
Lonnie, love R2, but R2 is no Chopper.
Right? Maybe eventually. And when they build it, I can steal it.
Have you ever noticed in Rebels, they are real quick to get into hyperspace?
Oh, yeah.
You know, all
Seriously.
that messing around, like, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? In the OG movies, and then and here
Force
you know,
Awakens.
oh my God,
Yeah.
you know, and Hera's always like, gone.
She's on it. That is the fastest hyperdrive in all of the galaxy. I've never seen anything faster than that.
Well, and Hera must be able to. I mean, either Chopper or the navigating computer must be really fast on that ship, because they're gone before you can figure out which way they're going. It's like, choo, out of there.
Yeah. Jeff, if they made a full-size Chopper on Batuu, I'm in trouble. My friend Kurt Zimmerman builds droids, and he built himself a life-size Chopper, but he also built himself the crate. I've talked about this before on our show, and I have it for my art supplies, and he's turned it into like a chest with shelves and stuff, so I keep all my art supplies in that.
Cool.
But it's got like the bucket head kill count on the sides, and oh.
Slow down.
Use the Force, Ezra.
Which leads up to another one of my favorite lines
Wait, Lothcat.
in the show. Now we're chasing Lothcats.
Mm-hmm.
And we're chasing Lothcats.
Ezra's connection with animals is a little better here. So how long before we get white Tuca cats and the creature stall at Galaxy's Edge? I mean, I have the Tuca, I have the regular Loth. I need a white one.
I want a stuffed Lothwolf in my
Yeah. Oh my god. The fact that we don't have one yet is like appalling. Come on, Disney.
Yeah, I love this. Boy, if you can. What? Yeah. It's like, come on, Kanan, I planted a tracker on it.
The videos that Diana Lee and Osanto posted of the Disney Emmy party of Taylor Gray and Amana Sfondi dancing to like Prince were freaking hilarious.
It's like, oh man, how did I not get invited to that party?
Kitty. Oh, Cat's like, well, I did my job. I'm out.
See, I'm out of here. And here comes one of our other animation to live action.
Yeah. I screamed. As soon as I heard that voice, I screamed.
Azadi.
This is literally Clancy in animation. Ta-da!
And it just looks so much like him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you did one of your oh geez, what is the, why is the words failing me? You know, in social media when you do your animated logos. Now watch, everybody's gonna start typing
Oh, like
in
the Avatar?
Avatar. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing your own animated avatar. That's exactly what you got, Van.
I feel like that's this way with a lot of the characters on the show, like especially like Vanessa and Freddie and Taylor. Oh my God! Can you imagine, David? At least like all these things the visions have come true and they've been like for the better, like positive things. Like Ryder's the key to knowing what happened to Ephraim and
the connection to his family. And so many times it's like, do we really know whether his parents are dead? Do we really? And it's like, okay, yes, we know they're gone, but they also heard you and they know what you did, and it's a perfect connection.
So it was really sad and alarming to me because his parents were alive enough to hear him make the message, and then they killed them. So it's heartbreaking because it's like, okay, you made them proud. You changed things for the better for the rebellion, but they're gone now because.
And here they are, his moment with him, and the city is new and bright, and the light you can see right before his father walks in, the whole light in the scene changes.
Yeah, it's like a vision of the future.
Transformed, you know.
And that's the Lothal we see in Ahsoka. That's what I think is so cool.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And the new tower, yeah. And then the moonlight changes.
Life does not cease at death.
Right. Hi, Ahsoka.
But so many people take that phrase literally.
Batu has 2 sons. Tatooine has 2 sons. Lothal has 2 moons.
Like I said, it was a great episode. You know, really developing Ezra's connection to his Force visions and how that, you know, it allows him to believe it for the first time. Things
Right.
that come to him in the fourth season that allow him to be, to kind of save everybody, is all set up here in season 2.
Right. That's crazy.
And yes, Dave, no one is ever really gone.
Yeah.
So long as they're in your heart.
Now, Star Wars can mean that literally or figuratively. It depends on what day of the week it is or what character they feel like bringing back. And honestly, I don't want them to bring Tech back. I know that's been like a lot of discourse about whether or not he's dead or alive because they only found his goggles. But I kind of think he should be gone. And I love Tech. Like that was hard for me. I'm still a mess over that episode.
Well, they could, because here he's in that prison, and Crosshair's there, and Omega's there, and he could be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
like I said, it lessens the death at the end of season 2 if he doesn't die.
I'm not ready for this. I'm so not ready for this. Yeah, Lonnie makes the temptation in the temple all the more heartbreaking because he just wanted more than anything and felt guilty about his parents, being gone because of something he did. But he realized that it was a necessary thing and it needed to be done, and it inspired so many people. Yeah, Lori says, Dee said that he was gone at Celebration, but he could be lying, but he was almost crying.
Yeah, you could tell Dee was having a hard time with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my God, I'm still not happy about that. Not happy about that. That was just mean. That was really mean.
That's one of the reliefs about the sequel trilogy was the fact that Chewie, because I lived on the novels that were being churned out after the movie stopped, and then all of a sudden here they go and kill Chewie, and it's like oh my gosh, and them trying to trip over their own feet trying to develop a story without Chewbacca for Han Solo, and then The Force Awakens, and bam, there's Chewie. It's like, back to life has come back to the normal range.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people that were really upset about that book.
Yeah, the poor guy wrote it. It was a good book, and the guy that wrote it, took a lot of heat for it, but it worked.
It worked for what it was. So yeah, that was Legacy. That was us, learning about Ryder Azadi and what happened to the Bridgers and the time frame when they were taken. Yeah, probably a really sad episode, but also a very important one because, as you said, Ezra is learning to hone his Force visions and his sensibilities. And honestly, I think it's one of the top in this season, if not this whole series.
And like you said too, the space parents really shining in believing in Ezra and taking, not discarding anything he says, but saying, okay, let's sit down, let's pull out what you saw and let's talk about it. Really shows a depth and for the caring for his development.
So good. So what do we got coming up on the VCN this week? We have a lot.
I forget what's tomorrow, but Thursday is is the watch along for Ahsoka.
Right.
And and then I think there, you can tell that Mark usually does this part, but I think that Unifying Forces off this week and on next weekend. So.
Nope. It says episode 60 on Sunday, January 28th. I guess, and I'm not sure if that's a repeat episode.
Oh yeah, and tomorrow is happy hour. Everybody come out, join us for the conversation.
It's always good. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. They'll post the link, and you can join everybody. And oh yeah, Unifying Force is on this week. So yep, Dave is confirmed. Daughters of the Galaxy. Jamie and I are back this week discussing Morai and the Daughter. So we're getting Mortis weird with some Freaky Force shit, y'all.
Yeah, there's no way to talk to Mortis without being weird.
Yeah, there's no way. Oh my god, that is like insane. So we're really excited to talk about the daughter and everything that went on Mortis. And is Morai the daughter's familiar, or is that why she follows Ahsoka around? Like, we're gonna get into that. So make sure you join us on Wednesday.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm kind of digging that because everybody talks about the father and the son. There's not enough talk about the daughters. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, literal the daughter of the galaxy. So we're gonna get into that. Thank you. VCN watch along on Thursday at 9:30 is Ahsoka Revisited Part 4 with Dawn Deininger. She is a character actor, principal actor, so she's been a lot of things in a live action, many aliens and stuff. She's amazing. She's been on the show before. So we got Spencer, Dave, and Skip.
It'll be my first time meeting here. Jeff has got some more of that social activity that he's famous for. So I can fill in for him.
That's awesome. Oh, it's going to be a good watch along. And it's a good episode to have Dawn on and to discuss. So I'm excited for you. That's going to be good. And,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And as I said, the Unifying Force is on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. And yeah, she makes the costumes that she wears, Dave said. So that's really cool. But the new episode topic for Unifying Force is to be determined. So make sure you tune in and watch with Kat and Gio and Dave.
Excellent.
And we also have the Virtual Cantina Family Vacation. That one is about, I believe Spencer said, I don't want to get this wrong. Sorry, Spencer. Making sure this is right. Scrolling. Sorry.
Second bus is 25% full. He's very excited about that. So, don't miss out. Get your spot and enjoy the trip. I was there for the first family vacation.
30 tickets left. Oh, okay.
It was a blast. It was, some of us that we had seen each other on line or on Facebook, but never really got to see each other, and we got to have, went from animation to live action, and had a blast.
That's so cool.
Lightsaber meetup at Disney World, right in front of the Falcon. That was a good time.
That's really cool.
And I give my wife a hard time about the fact that she was on that trip because I wanted to go. And who's in the middle and front of the lightsaber meetup in front of the Falcon? Wouldn't be me, wouldn't be Spencer, wouldn't be Dave, and it would be Bridget. Bridget's up in front.
Because she loves it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's so cool. Oh, man. So, 30 spots left. So make sure if you are going to go, you sign up with the VCN Family Vacation. You get this snazzy shirt. Jeff had the graphic up in a second ago. So it looks so cool. And it's the only place you can get it. Design exclusive to the trip package. So make sure that you are going to get it. I love that Mando is showing it off. It's pretty awesome. Virtual Cantina TeePublic store is packed with new stuff. We have the Hu Yang, Ain't Nothing to Force With, the Freaky Force shit, y'all, coined by Jamie on this past week's episode of Daughters of the Galaxy. Hu Yang is for the younglings. We got the Pride merch, Daughters of the Galaxy, Rebels Revisited, Patriotic. We got so much stuff. Make sure you get your racer so everybody can twin. If you are going on the family vacation, it's going to be a good time. And the FOMO will be real, so don't miss it. And I believe that's everything for this week. So thank you so much for joining me, Skip, and filling in for Mark.
I had a great time. We should do this again.
Yes, thank you. I had a great time, and it's great to see you and have you fill in and talk a little bit about Star Wars, just a smidge with me. um, the more you know. This is required. I didn't think I would, but I do. Um, so yeah, we will see you guys this week, and hope you join us for some more virtual Cantina fun this week on the Comic Network. And on behalf of Skip and Jeff, may the force be with you.
See you later, everybody.